Care for your car. In Global One, above the Lionsgate Bridge, I'm Susie Patrick.
Dr. Divya Shamna is in this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in to answer our viewers' questions. We want to begin with an email question that I think a lot of parents have at this time of year. Lisa from Ladner asked, we loosen the rules around bedtime when our kids are on summer vacation, but it's come back to bite us. In September, how can we keep a routine without being too rigid? We still want to be flexible and have fun.
It's such a good question. At this time of year, everybody wants to get outside, have a lot of fun, get outside, get some fresh air. There was a recent study that showed that more kids in the ages of 7-year-old up are getting less than 9% of the physical activity that they actually need.
That's frightening.
It is frightening. So what I would suggest is in the summer is, if you think about it, when we exercise, we actually get tired. So if we can get our kids as active as possible, summer is a great time. They're going to naturally fall asleep. Sometimes we forget that. We're so used to rigidity, get them getting this done, getting that done. But if we let them get outside, get fresh air, they're going to fall asleep. Now, kids are pretty smart, so come September, you may find a little bit of 1 or 2 weeks of, oh God, get them back to sleep, but pretty soon it flips and it'll be fine.
Good to know. Lots of fresh air for the summer. Our first phone call is from Aaliyah in Burnaby. Aaliyah, good morning.
Hi there.
What's your question for Dr. Divvy?
Well, the problem is like, I go to bed early, like at 10 o'clock at the latest, maybe 9, 8:30, and then I get up at 1:30 in the morning to use the washroom, and then I can't go back to sleep. It's like, you toss and turn. I don't know if I should come into the living room and, or have a drink, and then a water or whatever, and then, but I just have, when I do go back to sleep, I have a hard time going back to sleep.
I think a lot of people have that question. A good one, Aaliyah. What can you do?
Really good question, Aaliyah. So my suggestion would be simply this. It sounds really weird, but we actually need less sleep than we think we do. If you're getting a bit older, like it sounds like you are, like we all are, we actually need less sleep than those kids that we just talked about. Meditation is actually a way that the body can rest and our mind can rest, and we can actually relax in such a deep space. The middle of the night is a great time to start practicing meditation. That might sound weird, but what actually happens is your body rests, your mind rests, and you get outside and you have more energy than you realize. So what I normally suggest when people are waking up through the night, I suggest meditating, but usually it's something like anxiety or something like fearful, something that's going on in their daytime that's throwing them off. So I would suggest looking at that piece in the middle of the night, getting up, throwing on a meditation CD. Before you know it, you'll fall back to sleep. I've got 3 or 4 meditations that are free on my website. There's one called Sleep. A lot of my clients put it on repeat, and they say that they fall asleep to my voice more often than not.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Hopefully not an insult to you, but good information for people to have. Our second email is from Mackenzie in Vancouver. She says, I've had an ongoing headache for the past decade. Despite seeing multiple specialists and ruling out any fatal conditions, they're unable to diagnose the problem. I've tried several different drugs and treatments. Could you suggest some techniques that could help me manage the pain? Oh, Mackenzie, we feel for you.
Yeah, Mackenzie, I feel for you. So, Mackenzie, what you're describing is incredibly common. I'm glad that nothing sinister has come out. That makes me very happy for you. But you need to know that what you're going through is actually incredibly common. I'm going to say that probably 9 times out of 10, as a family doctor, that's commonly what we see. So, first thing I would tell you is that when I looked at your email just now, I sensed that probably what's going on in your whole life is more likely an emotion of overwhelmment, maybe even some frustration and fear. What I teach people in mind-body medicine is if the body has been ruled out, that there's no cancers or anything scary going on, then we have to look at the emotional aspect. More than likely you're overwhelmed from the headaches, and I respect that. But look at the other areas of your life, your family, your home, your relationships, your work, and see how much overwhelmment and frustration, possibly even fear, is ruling it. And the more we can shift those emotions from overwhelmment to ease, and from frustration to a bit of happiness, and from anger to a little bit of love, the more we do that a little bit at a time, what happens is the headaches will diminish. I have worked with a lot of clients like you, so it's not abnormal, but with a little bit of practice, the headaches can actually shift. Yeah.
Best of luck to you, Mackenzie. If you have more questions, you can check out drdivvy.com. Next weekend, Certified Home Inspector James Dobney is back. If you have a question, email us at weekendnews@globaltv.com. Thank you, as always, for coming in, Dr. Divvy.
Thank you.
Sonia has more pictures of our small town of Rossland. Sonia?
I do.